This is Joey Funk. You are listening to InYourHeadOnline.com.
All right, we're back, and we have a very special guest here on In Your Head. We've got WWE Hall of Famer, multiple-time tag team champion, former manager, and current trainer, Afa, the Wild Samoan. I want to welcome you to In Your Head.
How are you doing? Thank you for having me.
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Just got a little horsey on my throat here. Maybe the weather here in Florida is too good.
Oh, yeah. I'm up here in Massachusetts. It's not so nice here today.
Oh, that's I've been up there many times. So, yeah. So now Florida's nice and warm.
Yeah. I actually live in Cape Cod. Do you ever remember wrestling for the Cape Cod Coliseum when it was open?
Oh, sure. I wrestled there many times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, currently it's a... there you go, I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying I had some good times there in Cape Cod.
Yeah. Well, everybody know you're going to be part of the WWE Fan Access Tour at WrestleMania 25 this weekend. And it's April 2nd to the 5th, and you'll be there the 5th from 3 p.m. till 5 p.m. Eastern. What's it like being part of WrestleMania?
Well, it's like participating in a Super Bowl, in NFL. But actually, I'm a wrestler, so I have to say WrestleMania is just one of the, if not the best event of the, of the wrestling world today. Is anytime that you get a chance to be part of it is is an honor, and just to be there. This is like my third, fourth time that I been part of WrestleMania, and it's a good feeling.
Yeah. Do you enjoy meeting up with the fans again when you're part of the Fan Access Tour?
Well, that's my thing. Throughout my career, I'm always one of those guys that find a way to to shake hands and sign autographs for the fans. Because I'm a strong believer that without the fans, we wouldn't be where we're at today. Mm-hmm. So I never forget that part. So I go out of my way and to meet the fans, and I'm looking forward to it this weekend, and hopefully I can see some of my old fans that they used to spit at me and throw things at me when I was wrestling. Right.
It's better now signing on the autographs than getting spit on, I presume.
Yes.
Right. Now, I've heard in a lot of interviews with other wrestlers that before you and Sika got into wrestling, when you guys were fans, that you guys were pretty rowdy and tried to get in with some of the bad guys. Is that true?
Oh yeah, very true. In fact, that's how we really got into the business. It was things like that. We spent more time in jail. And get bailed out for getting in trouble with the wrestling, because we have our heroes, and we have whoever goes against our heroes, be in trouble if we can get our hands on them. Right. So we did get into a lot of, it's real funny because I look back at it now. I'm one of those guys. I remember many incidents that we go to some of the towns, the people will wait outside. They don't like us at all. They will wait outside to pick a fight on us and so forth. So it brings me back memory when I was one of those guys, in the other end. So It was great. It's fun, and I'm just very thankful that I became a wrestler, and I was able to meet a lot of people and try to do some good things for the young kids today.
Mm-hmm. Wrestling would have been harder to get into back then, I guess, than than it is today. So how did you kind of go from being a fan into getting to the wrestling business?
Yeah, wrestling was very hard in them days. There was no schools or nothing like that. I can only use me as an example. Me and my brother. We had to go to the YMCA to practice with a couple of our friends and so forth, on the mat in the YMCA with no ring, no nothing. We just trying to make believe that we know what we're doing, and until my uncle, High Chief Pierre Maria and Rocky Johnson, take some time off from the road. At that time, they were wrestling big time in San Francisco, California. So we waited till they come in, and hopefully they spend the 5 minutes or 20 minutes with us, and to teach us the ropes or a little thing about wrestling. But it was very, very difficult. Today, there's schools everywhere, and that's probably one of the reasons why I opened up my school, is to give some of these young kids the opportunity that I never had, as far as to try to get into something that we wanted to do.
Mm-hmm. And that's the Wild Samoan Pro Wrestling Training Center. And you can check out your website at wildsamoan.com. And you can also go to wxwwrestling.com.
Yes.
Do you feel like when you're training the guys, like you're giving back to the wrestling business?
I feel that, I'm always an underdog kind of guy. I'm from the island, and, we didn't have any toys when we grew up. We didn't have television, and so forth. So it was like, to become a wrestler, it was like a big, big thing to me. So because of the way I was brought up and didn't have the opportunity, I'd like to, to do that, to open up doors or help one or two kids, keep them off the street, and at least, especially the kind that like to, wrestling as their dream, like I was. I was a dreamer, and there's a lot of those kids out there today, and I feel like I can give some back by, teaching them what I know, and the in and out of the business, and mainly to keep them off the street, and so because there's so much going on out there, and I feel that if wrestling, this is something that I could do to hopefully that can guide them the right way. So I feel very, very, very happy to give something back to the kids.
Mm-hmm. You say about helping some kids get off the street and stuff. Now, even if they didn't necessarily make it in the wrestling business, do you think if they went and trained with your school, they would learn some lessons to just help them in life?
Oh yes, my program is based on self-defense. Really, I'm not saying to go out there and be violent, but I'm saying that teaching the kids, not only kids but girls and so forth, to protect themselves, from what's going on out there on the wild world. But not only wrestling that we do, I teach them the arts of filming, writing storylines, become good photographers, editing, learn how to handle the cameras and be in front of the cameras, behind the scene, and all that. So we do all that in our promotion to mainly to prepare these kids, because you never know that one day they can become a Dave Batista or, one of those people. And that's one of the things that Batista, became a good, popular superstar today, because, I teaches him how to do those things in front of the camera way ahead of time before, he become a big timer. But again, each of these kids realize that not all of us gonna make it, but at least I can, teach them a little bit or something. So if they not able to make it to wrestling, they can, find something else that they can enjoy. So they learn a lot. I hope anyway that I teach them enough to, to better themselves, in their lifestyle.
Yeah. You mentioned Batista. What's it like for you when you see somebody like somebody you train like a Batista, becoming so big and wrestling on WrestleManias and wrestling for WWE and being champion?
Well, Batista, when he came to me, he was one of those young kids that, too big to do anything else. He was always a rough kid, getting a lot of trouble to his young age, and I think he was like a bodybuilder at that time, working in a club, try to make a living. And he came to me because he heard that I was a good trainer, and for his chance to live out the dream. And of course, he was a big young man then. But in wrestling, there's no guarantee in it. All I do is try to teach him best that I can, and then if the door is open, from the big man, which is Vince McMahon, that's how they get in. My job is to prepare them, and but there's no question that he stands out, because I knew from the get-go that if he listened to me and work hard, that chances are he'd be okay, because the market is usually looking for big guys, and as it turns out, very good for Dave, and I'm very, very proud of him. So, it's especially Dave, and not only him. There's a lot of other young kids that doesn't have the size, but again, and I'm just out there trying to help them out, and hopefully that they get an opportunity to showcase their talents. That's all I do. But
right.
Dave was one of the exceptional that made it out pretty big, and I'm very proud of him.
Yeah. You mentioned earlier that when you were a kid, like, you didn't have toys, didn't have TV. What was it like not too long ago when they put out, like, the Wild Samoan action figures, and you got to see yourself as a toy?
Oh, it's an honor. It's an honor for us to. I never even thought, that I would have the opportunity to have figures like that to come out. It makes me very, very proud and feel honored for the McMahon family for giving us the opportunity, not only in wrestling, but to get our face out there in the world. I felt like a kid myself when I first.
Right.
In fact, I have a garage full of that stuff. I'm a big mark on those things. We either collect it from people or we buy them from the store just so that we'd have it and give it to my grandchildren and kids and what have you. So it's a great honor, and and I owe all that to the wrestling business.
Mm-hmm. I also want to mention that Mickey Rourke's going to be there with you at the WWE Fan Access WrestleMania weekend. Now, most people probably know Mickey Rourke trained with you for his wrestling scenes in the movie The Wrestler. Now, when he came to you originally, did he have respect for wrestling, or do you think he gained some more respect while he's training with you?
No, he did not have respect, with the wrestling business. He was a boxer, and boxers, and just like any other athletes, they tend to think that they're better than the other guy. So in this case, Mickey he didn't have that much respect for wrestling. He thought that we were one of those, phony people don't deserve to be called, sports. And when I sat down and met with him, he was, I can tell his body language and the way he talks, that he doesn't really think that good about wrestling, although he's in there to do the project. So, I sat down and I talked with him, and 2 days after we started training, and he came to me and he was apologized to me for, that's when he was admitted to me that, he didn't really have respect for wrestling. But from that moment on, he loves and respects us. You just don't know how we do this thing every day, for so many years, especially me. And, he gained all kinds of respect. We became very good, close friends, and we keep in touch with each other almost every day. And I'm looking forward to see him in a couple of days, so we're going to be taking some pictures, and we're going to be, hanging around, and he's like a son to me. He's a good kid.
Mm-hmm. Did you like the movie The Wrestler? Well, once you saw it.
Well, the movie, after I've seen it 3-4 times, and I beginning to, bring back a lot of a memory or flashback, so to speak. But in the beginning, I didn't really want to know anything about the script, because I'm very protective of the sport, and so my job really, when I met with the director, was to train Mickey for 3 months, and that was mainly my concentration was through Mickey. And as you know, in the movies, while I'm training him, and he goes to shoot his scene, and I'm not there when they do the movie part of it, but anything to do with wrestling, I'm there. But then again, I was always focusing on wrestling, you know, how well he do, and, you know, make sure that he don't get hurt, that kind of stuff. And so, but like I said, after I seen it 2-3 times, you know, it was like a very emotional movie, and there's a lot of us, you know, out there that reminds me a lot, you know, the kind of life that the characters went through throughout the years. You know, I myself was never like that, but you know, I have known a lot of good friends of mine that live that life, and it's very, very interesting, and I recommend it for everybody to go see it. It's just, I think it's good for the wrestling fans, good for the wrestlers, and it's good for everybody. You know, I think I remember Vince McMahon himself didn't like the movie at first, and then I think after he's seen it a couple of times, he sees that other part of it, and now he's completely supported the movie.
Not just wrestling fans. You think it, you know, maybe someone who went into it thinking like Mickey Rourke did, that wrestling was just fake and, you know, nothing to really take seriously, that it might bring some new respect to people that didn't follow wrestling before?
Yeah, well, like I said, Mickey at one time thought wrestling was this, and until you know, he went through the program, and there was no fake about that. You know, this man went over there. You know, he's not a young guy. He was 51, I think he was all, when he goes through the program. And my program is only designed for twice a week training. And, you know, and I train guys for about six months to a year, twice a week. And in Mickey's situation, you know, he came in there for ready to go for, you know, every day for 3 months in a row. So, like I said, you know, people, they're going to say their things about wrestling this and wrestling that, but until they put their tights on, whatever, and go through what we went through, I think they have a different respect for wrestling. I remember a time that, if I may, one of the reporters from New York newspaper had a thing about wrestling as well. So I couldn't give him a story until I told him that the only way he can write a better story is for him to participate in some of the training that we go through. And I didn't, do anything different than what I do all my students. So after, you know, he's supposed to be there for a week. He only lasts about a day. But believe me, after the first day that he was there, he wrote a real nice story without even, you know, he was expressing what he went through for that one day, and it turns out to be a very good thing. So, you know, our job is, you know, another thing that a lot of fans don't realize that I think the real hardcore fans understand. You know, we might be down tonight, but we want to make sure that we'll be okay for tomorrow, because another fan in another town, you know, are waiting to see us to perform. So what we go through every night is a lot of people don't realize that, you know, there are bruises, there are a lot of hurt bones, and, you know, after each event, but yet we pump ourselves up, get ready for the next night, so we won't let our fans down. So it's a hard thing. I just don't see any fake thing about wrestling. I just, you know, a bunch of guys that go out there and try to entertain and give the best they can for their fans.
Definitely. Do you think Mickey had enough training that he could have had a match with Jericho at WrestleMania if he wanted to?
I'm just putting my money on it, you know, because, you know, first of all, I train him, and secondly, Mickey's crazy. Mickey's one of the boys to me. You know, he would have never made it if he wasn't that crazy. You know, in some way, you know, Mickey he should have been. I told him, I said, man, you should have been one of the boys a long time ago. And you know, he laughed at me and he says, I wish I knew that, because I had you guys figure out wrong all these years, you know. But now that you train me, and I kind of like what I do, and a little late, but you know, Mickey's awesome, man. He's a great kid, you know.
Yeah. And
another thing about Mickey that I will never forget, in most of the you know, I've been around the world for, you know, a couple of times and so forth, and I meet a lot of people. And usually in Hollywood people, when you do a project with him, at the end of the project, you know, it's over with. You know, like you don't know when you're going to see them again.
Right.
Mickey's situation is different. You know, I treated him the same thing. I figured that when I said goodbye to him, I thought that would be the end of it. But it turns out that he get in touch with me almost every day. We talked all the time, and we became very, very close friends. And I'm very, very proud of him because he is a guy just like we are in some way. He was down for so many years, and then this movie I think lift him back up and give him open up a lot of doors for him. And I'm very, very proud that I'm part of that. And he's a great guy. I can't wait to see him in a couple of days.
Yeah. Also, this weekend will be the Hall of Fame ceremony, and you yourself, you were inducted in the Hall of Fame. What was that like to be inducted into the Hall of Fame?
Being in the Hall of Fame is like one of those things that is still hitting me today. It didn't hit me until the day of the event when they inducted me and my brother. But until we walked into the building that night, it's like everything changes. You know, it almost reminded me when I first had my first match in the Madison Square Garden. They got this thing in wrestling where you're not a wrestler unless you wrestle in Madison Square Garden. So you know when you first walked into the Madison Square Garden, it's like your hairs explode. It felt like you're walking on thin air. You know, it's a weird feeling. And that's how it was on the Hall of Famer. It brings me back those days, and it's something that sticks with you for the longest time. You know, and I also appreciate the fans. You know, getting up and cheers for you and yell at me to put my tights back on, that kind of thing, and pumped you up. And I actually felt like I'm 20 years old again. You know, just standing there and looking down in the fans. It's a great honor for me.
Mm-hmm. Some of the people this year, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, Dorian Terry Funk, Howard Finkel, Coco Beware, the Von Erichs, and somebody you used to work for, I guess, is Cowboy Bill Watts. Do you have any memories working for Cowboy Bill Watts in Mid-South?
Oh, yes, of course. Cowboy Bill Watts is, one of the guys that helped us, my brother and I, to be where we're at today. He gave us the opportunity to work on his promotion down in the Oklahoma area and down in Mid-South, and we never forget that. We were pretty rough in them days. We were young, and we were one of those guys that we don't take no crap from promoters. And Bill Watts was always there for us, and he warned us about certain things. If he's going to talk to the boys in the dressing room in a certain way, and by no means will refer my talk to you. You guys just relax. Everything will be okay. I just got to get my message. So I remember Bill very well, and he's one of the guys that that really helped us in our career. He gave a lot of opportunities to be on top and to be champions, and took care of us and help us in every way that he can. So I can't wait to see him on the Hall of Fame, and I'm going to walk over there and shake his hand and thank him for all his help.
Yeah, former guest here is a great guy, Cowboy Bill Watts.
Yes, sir.
What are your memories of Captain Lou Albano, your longtime manager? Captain
Lou Albano is that old saying, there's only one Captain Lou. He's the best manager that we ever had. Not that our other managers are not good,
right.
But Captain, it feels like he's one of us. We're like the three twins. We look alike. We're fat. We're ugly. We do everything together, and it's like a perfect marriage. The three of us. We're very concerned and close to each other, and I can't ever thank him enough for what he. When you're in the Big Apple and have such a manager like him, you can't go wrong. He's just one of those guys that, he's not doing very well right now on his health, but, we'll contact all the time and wish him nothing but the best. And I'm going to see him in a couple of weeks up there, and I think they're inducting him to another Hall of Fame thing up in Boston.
Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame, I think it is.
Yes, sir. So. I'm looking forward to to see him up there, and Captain is Captain, and He's just only one captain, you know. Great guy.
Yeah. What was like the feeling with you and Sika when you guys first won your WWF, now WWE tag team titles?
It's again, you know, it's one of those feeling that you can't, you can't forget. You know, first thing that popped into my mind was, especially being in New York, you know, the Big Apple, and big territory, or working for a big promoter such as Vince McMahon. The first thing that popped into my mind was, was our people. You know, we're from the island, and we've always wanted to do something to have people recognize where we're from, and we have this belief that anybody can be good as long as be given the opportunity and to perform. And that's where we were, and all we wanted was the opportunity. And I thank the McMahon for giving us that chance to showcase our case, our talents, and it was like once we got up there to the WWE, I've been part of that family for forever, and I'm still part of those the family in everywhere I can, and they help me out on my school, and they would come down and look for young talents. As a matter of fact, we're setting up a tryout camp now in my gym on June for the WWE to come here to scout some good young talents that they might need in the future. So we keep in touch, and I'm very close to them, and I owe them my life and for what they have done to me and my family and so forth. So it's beyond the winning the tag team belts. We become very close family, so to speak.
Yeah. We'll get some emails here from some of the fans. Let me get to them some of these quick. Dorner wants to know, how was it to manage the Headshrinkers?
Manage the Headshrinkers, as you know, those are my kids, my nephew and my son. It was great, it pumps you up because, I felt like, I'm around the ring where I really belong. But me, in some way, I wasn't comfortable in the beginning because, I was always into the ring, doing my thing, and tried to figure out a way how to leave the ring from the crazy fans out there. But then find myself around the ring managing my kids. It was a whole different experience. So I'm not as good as a Captain Lou or another manager, but I did my best and tried to to do the best that I can. So, but it's a good feeling all the way around.
Van wants to know your memories of making Body Slam the movie.
Again, it's one of those things that I'm very thankful for. If it wasn't for the wrestling business, I probably won't be even given the opportunity to be in a movie such as the Body Slam. And one of the big things that makes me happy was, we were able to help, family members. Is, like my nephew, the Tonka kid, was involved with that, with Roddy Piper in one of on the main scene of the movie. So, but again, it was a good feeling, and again, it's always wrestling. Wrestling is the one that opened the doors for me, and I believe if it wasn't for wrestling, they wouldn't even be picking us to be in that movie, because, as you know, Hollywood people are hard to get in there. Plus, you have to know how to act. And I think I did a lousy job as an actor, to be honest with you.
It's definitely a cult favorite movie, Body Slam. Wes from Delaware, he wants to know, did you prefer working singles or your tag team with the Wild Samoans?
I didn't know I have that many fans. I appreciate, though, people still remembering us who we are, and I'm talking from the heart. And no, I'm a tag team guy. I call myself tag team specialist. So any young tag team out there today that needs some advice, call me. I can advise them for a lot of good. So no, I would, not that I don't mind being a single. But I much prefer, tag team, especially with my brother. I'm programmed to be, we do things that a lot of people don't know, and one of those things we speak our own language in the ring so that nobody know our secrets or whatever. So and then we're brothers. So I prefer being a tag team.
Yeah, and you mentioned coming to your school to train. You can check that out at wildsamoan.com, and also I think there's some information up there if you want to book Afa for appearances or autograph signings, or you can contact Shannon Rose at info@mediaproductions.tv, and I'll have all that information right up on the website. And you can see Afa this weekend at the WWE Fan Access during the WrestleMania 25 weekend in Houston, Texas, and he'll be there on April 5th from 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern. I want to thank you for coming on tonight.
Thank you, sir, and I appreciate inviting me over, and God bless you.
Hi, this is Tony, Mr. USA Atlas, and I'm in your head online.com.
All you idiots posting perverts in school, be sure and tune in and listen to this show.
www.inyourheadonline.com. All right, we're back. Welcome to In Your Head Wrestling Radio. I'm the internet icon, Jackie Jones, along with my right-hand man.
1-inch biceps, a power goat. Bah, there. I gave it to you this week. You happy?
All right. I'm ecstatic. And the man all the way from the UK.
The voice fantastic Bobby Richards, Potato Man.
That's a new one.
Potato Man.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I've captured Sika's imagination. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah.
And a man he's thrown a few potatoes in his time, I've heard. Multiple-time tag team champion, Hall of Famer. You got Sika, the Wild Samoan, here with us.
I thank you for having me. Yes, they call me the potato artist, So. but that's cool, I receive it many, many times, So it's fun, So yeah, I want to thank you for inviting me over in your station, and I sure appreciate this. God bless you guys.
Yeah, it's really cool talking to you. I've always heard, I've heard a lot of people tell stories about you and Afa, like before you got into wrestling, you guys were fans and you guys would get pretty, rowdy. Is that true? Is that what was going on?
Well, when you race up in the big city of San Francisco, it's pretty crowded in that area where we live at, so you almost gotta stand up, and you gotta make your way sometime, and you gotta face when trouble comes down. You can't run. You gotta stand up and face it, and just let them know who you are. And we done that from way back as a young kid. Even we got invited in professional wrestling. We used to go down. I used to go down Cow Palace and watching wrestling there in Cow Palace, and there's always something going on in my generation them days. That's what they do in them arenas anyway. And I was always proud to see Peter Maivia in there, and a lot of the boys that I didn't know too much about it because I was a seaman and a longshoreman, so I saw a lot kind of ready, for that kind of stuff, because as a longshoreman and as a merchant marine, so we travel places to places, and they always say, where the seaman club at, so every places where you go in Oriental, wherever it is, that's where all of us meet. So I love the life. It's great life, and wrestling comes right in perfectly.
Yeah. Was there any particular guys that you'd really hate that would really get you riled up, or would it just be anybody who was facing the high chief?
Well, as I was always told that that we're close. The work get in there. When you're gonna hit somebody, hit it. We don't sell no. We pay you. You gotta get in there and you gotta do your job. So I was always. Actually, my brother never did tell me nothing about the business. It took me a long time to learn that it's a hard job, and and it's I respect the business.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
The other potato man here, Barbie, did you have a question for Sika?
Yeah, one of our fans, Stephen from Toronto, wants to know if you have any memories of working in British Columbia or Canada in general.
Yes, Calgary, almost British. Yeah, I kind of, forgot things today, as the age goes on. But yeah, I think we up in. I learned most of my working and watching the wrestling through up there in the Hart school up there, and that area there, and we went all over Toronto, all over down in Canada. Yeah, I like it there. Yeah.
I mentioned when we brought you on here, you're a Hall of Famer. What was that like when they inducted you into the WWE Hall of Fame?
It's like I didn't really know how important it was. It's because, we don't have that kind of stuff back home, unless even when you graduate in school or something like that, which I never did. I never had anything, but I'm a fisherman and a farmer, so so my brother told me, this is in America, this is very special. This is something when you good on something and the people, they put you in this kind of spot or this kind of world it's like it's a top of our sports.
Mm-hmm.
So I after it took me a while, but after that night, I was just shocked with the whole thing, and even if you notice that I didn't talk that much, I didn't know too much. I was just talking about my kids and the road, and it makes me think back at the time that on the highway and black and blue eye, busted mouth, and that kind, and different people that we wrestle all the time, and all that they came back to me, and it is a hard work, but I realize all these people and most of the friends of us that we was on the road together, we were all there. But today it's very, people talk to me when they saw me on the street. It's like another name they're adding to my life.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, you are Hall of Famer, man. Yeah. I really kind of, like that.
Mm-hmm. Do you wear the ring?
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I wear that ring when I go places, but I lock that baby up.
Definitely.
Yeah, I'm proud of that stuff. That's the good stuff.
Yeah.
That's the best ring I had in my life. I never had no ring.
Now, have you been in a long time, still friends with the McMahon family?
Well, I hope so. We've been there. I think over 30-something years now. We always loyalty to the McMahon family, and we've been started from Calgary and work our way down to Seattle, San Francisco, all the way through Texas, Louisiana, and we always ask where the money at. And they say, you got to go to New York. I say, the Big Apple is where the money at. Mm-hmm. And a couple of times we run in Andre the Giant, and he first saw us. And I think the big man know that we were true Samoan, and he came right here in Pensacola. Asked us, you're from the island? Yeah, we're from... And then he communicated with my brother. I said, you guys should go to New York. But I know that big man, bless his heart, that he's a kind, good man. He's a true giant. in my eyes and my faith, in my heart. That I think he had a lot to do with getting us up there where the money at.
Mm-hmm.
And was his our work, as we coming through the South, and we know this arena gets filled up, and people start throwing things and cussing and all that kind of stuff. So I believe that we done our work. So.
Mm-hmm. Was that fun to have, to get people so mad at you they would throw stuff and yell at you? Did you enjoy being like the bad guy?
Well, Boston is one of the places that I'm always kind of very careful in Boston because they wave them knife and then they throw a lot of stuff at me and my brother and Lou when we walk in that ring. And most of that stuff, it smells so bad. They probably go in the toilet or something like that and, scoop their stuff up and they throw it at us as we going in or coming out, know. So we always, mostly up in that Boston, Baltimore, I love it because they're there.
Uh-huh. I'm from Massachusetts myself, but I never threw anything at you.
I know it, but I love it. That is always, when we go against Busky and Santana, boy, I told my brother, I said, here we go. Duck your head and let's get on in there quick. Lou always taking off in the front there. But, he's smart, very smart.
Speaking of Lou, what was Lou Banner like?
He's a great man. I love that man. He's always a fun person to be. I can have a bad day, and when I run into Lou in the dressing room from the time we in the dressing room till we finish, and then we split up again. But I like that man. He is a very, very great man. I like Lou. Yeah, I like Lou and his family. They're good people. Mm-hmm. Great people.
Oh, we got a couple of callers here in the line. We'll see what they have to ask you. We got Gene.
Gene.
Hello.
Yep, he's a fan calling in. Where are you from, Gene?
Okay.
Hey, this is Gene. How you doing?
Doing good.
Okay, my friend. Okay, this is Sika.
Hey, Sika, how are you?
I'm fine, my friend. God bless you. How about you?
God bless you too. You are one half of one of the greatest tag teams I've ever seen ever in wrestling history. I actually, at one point when I was a kid, I wanted to be a Samoan. I grew my hair out. I jumped around all over the house. I was a mark for the Samoans. You guys are the best.
Hey, thank you, man. Because brothers like you and friends like you. It keeps us because, we felt that little rock down there. When we come to the mainland, man, it scared the heck out of me. I say, wow, what a big jungle we in. And having brothers like you, that make us, Thank you.
I hear that. I dated a Samoan girl. She used to beat me up all the time when I pissed her off.
Well, you don't mess with them Samoan girls now. They lay the potato on you now. You gotta be nice on them girls there, Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, she was very stiff on me, Sika. She was the worst.
She dropped the elbow on you.
all the time. I just want to say every time I call the show, I ask all the guys this. I know you travel the road with many, many guys, but do you have any Iron Sheik stories? I always ask this to all the guys, and hopefully you have a good Iron Sheik story because we know he's a hell of a character.
He's my brother, man, yes. Bala Bala. They call him Bala Bala. He's my brother, man. I love that man. He's a good man, just like you said. He's one of the few people that you don't never run into people like that. He's a great man. I like him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in a while. I hope his health is still good. All the wrestlers, all the generation that we was on. I hope everybody, the good Lord bless everybody and keep us going. This is it's great to be up and be able to, for me anyway, to say something to all my friends and all my fans and all the people that was coming down the show and put money and put food in my icebox. I thank you so much. And make me and my brother from a little island where we at today. I appreciate it very much, and the McMahon people, they're a great family. That's a family that they give me a home, and my brother and my family. So I'm very happy for that.
Did you ever share any medicine with the Sheik? Any medicine? Sheik loves the medicine, the gimmick. What's that cookie? Oh no, that's King Curtis. Yeah, King Curtis. He likes cookies. Yeah, that's King Kamehameha down there. Yeah.
Aikea?
Yeah, Aikea, yes.
Yeah.
That's my brother.
Mm-hmm.
The batter said, yeah, I hear you.
Thanks for calling in, Gene.
Hey, thank you, Gene. God bless you,
love
bro.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
I love you too, man. All right. Yeah.
I was going to ask about King Curtis when he's managing you and Kamala as the Wizard.
Yes, sir.
What was that guy like? Because, I only got to see him later in his career when he's a manager. I didn't get to really see him when he's a wrestler. A little before my time, but he always had a really cool look.
Man, you missed out, man. You should have get close to that man and really hold a conversation with him. He's cool. He's a cool person, man. It's so funny. I mean, it's like Lou. That's not a boring time, around them guys. Most of them are the generation that they're a little older than me, and I learn so much from them guys and laugh, and they always say, don't worry about it, go in there, beat the living crap out of them and get them out of there. And that's the education we get from these guys, and they're great people, man. King Curtis, you laugh. I think I saw him on a commercial. I don't know. I'm not sure. He was on that there's a commercial on What's in Your Wallet or something. Yeah. I think that's him. It looks like, because I can recognize that face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great voice, too.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
A lot of people say, a lot of the guys kind of copied his style, like Abdul the Butcher and different guys. Would you agree with that?
Well, who copied who?
They say a lot of people maybe not copy, but got their style from King Curtis. Kind of that hardcore style before, hardcore was even a word.
Oh, King Curtis been around a long time, man. Yes, sir. I believe so, as far as a style like that, and the way he is, the way he moves, and the way just look at his face. It's just natural. He look like hamburgers or something. And he just. I enjoy watching all them guys, even George Steele and all them guys. I never seen that person that tear up so many turnbuckles, and the Sheik in Detroit, and all these folks. They are all. I learned a lot from watching them boys. And yeah, King Curtis, I'm proud of. He's one of the best high chief, like Peter Maivia, coming out of the island that represent our people, and our Polynesian people. There's nothing bad to say about them guys, but good things.
You mentioned George Steele, and later in his career, he's more of a comedy guy, eating the turnbuckles and carrying the teddy bear. But early in his career, he was more serious, and people were afraid of the guy. Which kind of character did you prefer?
But I like that when he goes in there and he start tearing up turnbuckles. I noticed the people I notice the people, because I look around and I see if the people, what's the people's response on this guy here, and they love it. They love what he's doing, and I say, well, his job is done. It's the same thing with me and my brother. When they throw stuff at us, or they wave knife, or they threaten us, or shoot us, and that kind of stuff, I just felt in my heart that our job is done, man. We did our job. Mm-hmm. If we get beat up, that's part of our job. Outside the ring, which is, we got a lot of that. Many territory that we always have stuff like that. But that is what we that is the job that we do. We make people happy, we make them mad, you know, so.
We also got a caller here who's called in for a while. We got Jai on the line.
The Giant.
Jai,
okay.
Jai, you got a question for Sika?
No, I just wanted to say hi to him and tell him I was a big fan back when he wrestled in the 80s.
Thank you, brother. God bless you and your family. Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
1 Inch Biceps, you got a question from the board?
Yeah, I got a question from the Dream here on the board. He wants to know, after losing the belts to Atlas and Johnson, he wants to know if it seemed like Vince put you on the back burner. He wants to know if there's any particular reason for that.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think when the mistake happened on that ring, you know, is I was outside and Afa and Lou was in there, and I don't know. I don't really know. I know we had a run at it, and I think that was twice we went at it for that belt, and that mistake happened, and I guess that was the end of. You got to remember there was a lot of teams too. They were on the road, but I was hoping that we will have another chance at it because it was a mistake. Mm-hmm. You know, so if that was, I was looking forward for that, but I guess that's not, the way it went.
Mm-hmm. Did you prefer wrestling in tag teams, or did you like your singles run?
Well, I can. Tag team that was me. We specialize on tag team, me and my brother. Mm-hmm. And single, we both can go single too. So, but I think that we're the best tag team there is. It's too bad we didn't run with the Freebird up in New York not that long, and the Road Warrior. But those are the team that I say here they go. Those team there that we can really butt head with them guys. Mm-hmm. And I think that would people really love that. But anyway, it didn't go that long or didn't go that much, but but I was hoping that because them days the Road Warrior were a very, very strong team coming in, and when the Free Bird popped out, especially that Michael Hayes, he had that pretty face, and I know all the girls likes it. Yeah. But we were looking at it, this guy's here, these guys here probably make us some money, and we're willing to jump in there, go against them guys that will make us, that will put food in our icebox and take care of our family, Mm-hmm. And that was our thing them days. I didn't really care about who we wrestle as long as we take care of our family and our people. The job is done.
Yeah. Now, I know you worked in Mid-South for a little while, and what was Bill Watts like? Because some people really like him, and some people don't like the guy.
Well, Bill Watts don't mess with us. He picks his people to mess with it. He don't mess with me and my brother. He knows who he can play with. Yeah.
Barbie?
Yeah, Wes from Delaware wants to know if you have any thoughts on the Headshrinkers run in the 90s.
Say that again, sir?
Wes from Delaware wants to know if you have any thoughts on the Headshrinkers tag team run from the early 90s.
Oh, I was back home. My mom's funeral when our nephew took off, when the Headshringer took off. I was proud. I was very happy. That they. I was looking at that team still compete today. But. I think that was one of the best, one of the good team that the McMahon put up. They were good. I like that. So.
Well, let's see. We got a call here from Dan from Chicago.
What's up, guys? How you doing?
Good, thanks.
Pretty good.
All right, brother.
I got a question about Umaga. Do you think that the WWE used his character well when he was in the WWE?
He what?
I want to know what you thought of the Umaga character in WWE.
He was one of the Umaga was it was sort of like me and my brother, that he didn't have no fear. He's a fast picker, fast learner, and that kid was he was ready. He was ready to do anything that shows and tell the people that, he means business. He's a young, he don't have no fear, that kid. I know that kid. When I went home and he was fighting everybody down there, I told him, look, you got to get out of the island and work your way down Florida, and we'll see if we can put you on the ring. And even when he got here, he was ready. He was ready to get on in there and get in that ring. What
I thought that they should have been doing with them is, I like it when the Samoans would fly off the top rope, and they really didn't use his mobility a lot of the time. He did.
I don't know. He always did that big splash off the top rope.
Well, but his finisher is always, that should have been his finisher, not the spike. You know what I mean? I used to love, because they mobilized him a lot, though, with the spike, and I wish they would have had him fly a lot. I know he flew off the top rope, but he needed to do it all the time for his finisher. So I was wondering what your thoughts were on that.
Yeah. He for 300 pounds, get up there and move, it's sort of like, well, I got a 16 by 16 ring here, and that's what it teaches: speed and timing and quickness, So, and when he come out of this 16 by 16, that kid was ready to. Same thing with Tonga Kid. When Tonga Kid and Yoko, all these guys they all came out of this 16-footer that I got here, and they were ready. They were quickness. 300-pound, that kid, I told him, you got to watch it now. And he fly up there, he don't care. He just fly up there. He hurt himself many times, but he get back in there and jump back on it.
Do you have any good road stories to share, like about anybody that you could share online?
Well, you got a lot of these young peoples up here, now, you for my people or all the wrestlers?
Anybody, any road stories you have.
You got a lot of these young kids that I see today, different style, but different, they look pretty good, and it's our style and their style completely different, all of us, and I got my son, Joe, is in there. He's in the training camp right now, and I'm hoping that he'll be ready soon. And we got twin in there too. So there gonna be a lot of these young people in there. They're gonna be. It takes a while, but they're gonna be okay. Yeah. Just like any other thing, you gotta hang in there to learn anything, and So.
What was your toughest opponent? I'll let you go.
What was that question?
What was his toughest opponent? Sika's toughest opponent.
Oh, okay. Thanks for calling in, Dan.
Who's my tough one?
Yeah, toughest opponent.
Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
Man, that guy, he slapped you on your chest, or he put his hand on my face. It covers my whole face, man. And when he slam you, brother, you're gonna feel that. the next morning you're gonna feel that you've been slammed by that big man.
Uh-huh.
And on tag team, toughest opponent that we have, it was one time we ran into Road Warrior and the Free Bird down south, but up there in New York, Busky and Tito Santana gave us a good run, But they were all good team. A lot of the boys that every one of us that goes in there. I'm sure. I know when we in there, we beating the heck out of our opponent.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Barbie. What's going on?
Yes, Bobby. That's it. Andre the Giant was a guy that nobody messed with him.
Van from the chat room wants to know if you have any memories of the working on the movie Body Slam.
I haven't seen that movie in a long time. I remember a little bit when we was playing that movie. Yeah, they should have another movie like that. Because I remember there was wrestling on there, and then there's us and Lou, and there's a story on that movie that needs to be continued with another generation, another Samoan. My brother's got a son named Afa, and my son is named Leaki, and I would like to see that, follow up with the different generation, because it is a good story that was telling. There's not only us, but there was other boys in there, that Tonga Kid and Roddy Piper. That, if they would have carried that for a while, I'm sure they'll probably make some money all over the place on that. And why not?
Yeah. What was Roddy Piper like? That's actually my favorite wrestler when I was a kid.
Good man. Good. Well, you seen him from a younger days. When we came in the business, Roddy Piper was I guess he was born in that ring or something, man. Yeah, he's been in that business for so long. He's one of the few young people that I was told that this guy here, he's been all his life. He's been in the business, So, and he's a good man. I like Roddy Piper.
Yeah,
good people.
Incher?
Tazo the Greek, he wants to know what's like the most common thing that young people getting into the business ask you for, like, your advice on stuff.
What is?
What kind of advice do the younger guys getting into the business ask you?
Oh, what kind of advice they ask me? They just, you mean the learn the business?
Right. Yeah, younger guys who, ask your advice about the wrestling business. What kind of stuff do they ask you?
Well, they say they want to go up in New York.
Yeah.
I tell them, well, you gotta, first you gotta be, you have to be healthy person, and you gotta learn the respect, and you gotta get in that ring, and you gotta leave and eat and sleep, thinking the business, and you gotta really respect the business. And to get in that ring more and more, that's how you're gonna learn everything. Because when we go to wrestling, we're always watching it, and then get in there every night that you work, you always learn something different. I advise them kids to go to the gym and look after your health and stay healthy. Don't do anything that is going to harm your body, and because when you have people that like you and trust you, I think that you should be straight. It's not wrong with having a couple of beer here and there, but you got to be, when the people like you and they take you as a hero, and I think you got to think about them. and work hard for them, because when they pay to come in, they're there for you and the wrestling world. Yeah.
Now, when Yokozuna won the world title, I mean, like the first person in your family first Samoan wrestler to win the world title, was that a proud moment for you and your whole family?
No, I was very proud. Very proud. That's another boy that should have been, keep on running. For what he did, he had a good run in there, and I appreciate when the company, give him that chance to approve himself and continue. But as you know, there was a lot of top names that were coming in there, and guys, they look good and all that. So I think Yokozuna did what he did for that size. And, he hung in there as long as he could. And I know, because he talks to me sometimes. And he always asks for my advice. Did you see that, Uncle? What do you think? And I'm sorry, this is, if I didn't move like you told me to move, I told him, that's fine. Don't worry about it. The next match, try to go a little quicker. So I'm always pushing him. So I felt bad when he left.
He was just to me, he was amazing to watch for someone so big. He do the standing sidekick and the big.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm very proud of my Yokozuna for his side. Yes, I am. I missed him too. I missed both of these kids that they gone.
Yeah. Incher, you have another question from the board?
Yeah, Flash from our message board. He wants to know, what do you think of the Usos in WWE right now?
The young one there now.
Yeah.
They gonna be good. Yeah, it's just a matter of time, and I think it's gonna be like me and my brother thinking when we first got in it, and we think together. We talk in our language in there. We saw a lot of people in that ring because sometimes we talk in Samoan and always helping each other when I'm down or I'm missing something or all that kind of stuff. I think they're going to be great kids. Yeah, that new generation, yeah.
Barb?
And look after for this kid named Joe coming out.
Yeah?
Yes, sir. He's going to be good.
All right. Well, is he a relative of yours?
Yes, he's my son.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Is he going to use Sika Jr. name? Or?
I'm proud of that. Oh, out of that. That's his name is Joe.
Mm-hmm. We'll definitely be on the outlook for him. Maybe we can get him on the show sometime.
Yeah, I hope so.
Barb?
Yeah, I've always been a huge fan of tag team wrestling. What do you think is missing from tag team wrestling today?
It's tag in and out. A lot of this, I think, the style is different. I always think that we came in with the wire type of way, and a lot of started from way back. Even Andre the Giant was not, were big, different type of people, and it's a lot of pretty boys today, which is good. But is you gotta. I think that it's missing that there is a lot of wild-looking people out there. That needs to be come back in that area. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm. Did you have another one, Barb? Terry here sent me an email. He wants to know, how was it wrestling barefoot?
It's all right sometimes, but, when people start throwing nailed out there on the floor and classes, you know. But I feel comfortable in the ring, you know, wrestling barefoot, and but I have no problem with that. I have no vexation. Like I said, when we going in to the ring, you know, we a lot of the fans, they throw nails down there and glasses and that kind of stuff. So it makes it very hard to get in there and do your job when your feet are bleeding.
Yeah, not too many people wrestle barefoot anymore. I think, I don't know if you're familiar with them, Necro Butcher is about the only guy I can think of.
Yeah, it ain't too many. Or today, no, I don't think so.
Joe also wants to know, did you really eat the raw chickens and fish, and whose idea was that?
Yeah, I ate the raw chicken. That was, I think, there was somebody that gave us a chicken, and I think it was a test, see if we could do it. And I look at it, and I look at Afa and said, "We'll eat that son. You know, we eat raw fish. We ain't nothing wrong with that." And we ate it. We even eat raw lobster with bone and all. So, you know, no, it's not wrong with eating them their food, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, their food, man.
A lot of people eat raw lobster around here.
Yeah, all that good stuff. Ain't nothing wrong.
Yeah, I'm on Cape Cod, Massachusetts, so we got a lot of lobster.
Hey, you got all the lobsters. I like where you at, man. I love it up there.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah. Heck yeah.
Do you remember wrestling at the Cape Cod Coliseum?
Yes, sir. Oh, yeah. I still think about, you know, when I saw like that hurricane, to see all that coming you guys' way, I think about that place. I think about where we used to go and where the arena and all that. Are they still there, or are they moving?
No, it's the building's still there, but now it's actually a warehouse for the Christmas tree shop. But yeah, it's no longer. They don't have any events there anymore. I drive by the building sometimes, but it's just a warehouse now. But there's a little sports shop on Main Street, and I've seen they used to sell these old wrestling signs that was promoting the Cape Cod Coliseum. And I regret never buying them because they're pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, you might have been on one of those.
They should have put our face over there, man.
Barb?
Besides Vince McMahon and New York, did you have a favorite territory to work in?
I didn't get that one.
Who would know besides New York and Vince McMahon, did you have a favorite territory to wrestle in?
Well, I like when Vince hired us from here, from Pensacola, to come up there. I like Pensacola. I'm still here. I'm going to my 50 years here, 40 years, I think. Yeah, living here. But from here to New York that's it, and then back in the island. Mm-hmm. But when Vince took us in and. That was it for me. I never did want to work for nobody else, which is nobody else anyway can take care of my family like that man did. So he's a good man. Mm-hmm. For my family to his family is my family. I would like for him to continue helping my family, you know, because we have a lot of family back home, and there's a lot of these young people that the door is open on football now and wrestling. We can do a lot of things have recruit the young people from the island, and they're tough too. And we can do all kinds of different stuff to help that little island our home, and I think that Mr. McMahon and his family, they help us to continue take care of my family and our kids and our nephew and our whole family. So we don't have no family but that family.
Mm-hmm. Now, speaking of McMahon's family, what are your thoughts on Linda McMahon going into politics?
I love it. You know, she's a very strong woman. She's a good woman. She helps a lot of people. Mm-hmm. And I think she should have went all the way to the White House.
Oh, she might.
Yeah, I think she should have gone up there. She's a very smart lady and a respectable lady, and she helps my family and help all the young generations in there today and the generation after me. So yeah, she done a lot of good things for the business, for the wrestling world. Mm-hmm. And yes, I was very proud to see her on the television and what she's going after to do. I pray the Lord that, you know, the open the sky for her. She's a good person.
Yeah. Now Mike here, he emailed me, wants to know, what was it like being in the ring with Hulk Hogan?
Hulk Hogan.
Uh-huh.
That's a big kid there. You know, that's like another giant, you know.
Yeah.
But Hulk Hogan is I do what I can for him, and I can only do so much. You know, I have to jump him and try to rake his eyes. I have to use other different way of trying to make myself to last a little longer than, because you know, that's a strong kid, and you know, I can see why the people likes him, because I guess the people sees that, you know, he is the people's son. Mm-hmm. And so we got a lot of young people today too. They're like, but nobody stand that high, I don't think.
Yeah.
Not now.
Mm-hmm. Do you think we'll see another person like, you know, like a Hulk Hogan or a Steve Austin or somebody like that in the near future?
I think so. Yeah. Oh yeah. I think there is. You know, as time goes on, time changed, and you know, there's somebody's gonna be just like them boys, mm-hmm. and continue carry the good thing that, you know, that they represent in their time. You know, mm-hmm. One day it's gonna be another wild Samoan just as good as we are, or probably better than we are.
Uh-huh.
You know? So, and just as long as they make the people, keep the people happy, and you know, that's it.
Mm-hmm. Is wrestling really popular in Samoa? Because it seems like all the Samoan wrestlers I've ever seen, they're always really good.
Well, you know, the Samoan, that's all they do back there. You know, they wrestle on the dirt. They wrestle there. They go out in the ocean. There's no ring over there. And boxing and rockabilly. You know, we just. Sometimes we just go in the field and we just run against each other. It's just like a family. Who's a strong family, and who is that family coming in, trying to, you know, that mm-hmm. kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And everybody's like the Roman days. They put you in the field, they put you in the gates and go at it.
No, you train at the Wild Samoan Training Center, you and your brother, right?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yeah, I went up there, and you talk about the getting when I learned the wrestling.
I mean the one that you currently where you train the young guys now.
I train I don't have a gym. I got my backyard over here. I hope somebody will send me donate me a tent. I need a tent where I can see. I'm in Florida. I don't need a gym. I just need a tent to set outside my backyard, and it's fresh, and if it rains, it's good, you know. And no, I don't have a gym, but I do have a ring. I set it up in the backyard, and when somebody come my way, that they want to learn. They need the best, all the respect, and go to gym and stay healthy, and then I can I go in there with them and show my way.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you know anybody that wants to donate a big tent, that'll be good. I'll take it.
All right, anybody out there got a big tent, want to donate, contact me, and I'll get you in contact with Sika here.
That's right. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it'll be good times.
I like that.
Mm-hmm. I also put up the link on our website to your Facebook page, because you've got a Facebook page on the Facebook, and people can find out different information about you and how to contact you, and it's a good time.
Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I'll put the link right on the website so people can link it, or you can just search for Sika Anawai, and you'll find it.
All right, that's cool. Yeah.
We got a caller here on the line. Who are you calling in? 248.
Hey, it's Ebron, and you hear radio.
All right. You got a question for Sika? You got a question for Sika?
How do you have Lita on the show with you?
What?
How do you have Lita on the show?
Nope, Lita's next week. I don't think you can get Sika and Lita confused. They look a little bit different.
Well, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, you can ask a question. Yeah.
How come she never been to WWE or TNA?
Why would Sika know that?
How come I didn't go there? I don't know.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. Who me? Don't go where?
He was asking if Lita ever. Well, that wasn't she had gone there, but
I don't know. I don't know.
Do you still make any wrestling appearances?
I'm hoping somebody will call me and get me out there so I can. Our beach is messed up with that oil stuff, so we don't have that much to do but just walk around and every now and then I'm supposed. There is something going on next month somewhere in New Jersey, I think. I'm not sure. My son Matt was supposed to. He called me and he told me about something like that. And also this young man Mike that he's helping me on that Facebook. Those are young kids that they helping me out to let me know, and they also try to get me out of the house and go out there and meet my friend and my fan, which is I like that. I appreciate that. Heck, I need to, man. I'm still young.
Yeah. Definitely. You get out there, maybe you can. Do you still ever get in the ring?
Oh yeah, I go in that ring too. 5 minutes.
That's all you need.
Yeah, I can get in there. I can still got my chop. That I can. I'm gnawing on that judo chop. I like to lay. I like to lay that judo chop in there. Harley Race. When Harley Race popped them chops in there, I think I got the best one. I watch how Harley Race lay his chop in there, and Gorilla Monsoon. Now that's another big person. Oh my gosh, boy! I tell you, I remember when that's another rough match I had a long time ago with the Gorilla Monsoon, man. God bless his heart. When that man laid that chopper, man, I stayed and go forward. I went backward. And I feel it too, man. That's real potato there.
Was he a good of a person, as everybody says?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I like Gorilla Monsoon. He's a good man. He tell you straight up. Yeah, he ain't no. He tell you he likes you. He tell you. If you don't like you, he tell you. He's a good man. To me, raised up in the island, we like people that's straight. We tell you straight out. That way you learn something. He's a good man.
We're going to take one more call here. We got Crystal on the line.
Hey, guys. Hi, Sika. How are you?
All right, Crystal. How are you?
I'm wonderful, thank you. I wanted to ask you, and I don't know if this has been asked because I just got on a little bit ago, but who is your favorite person that you wrestled against?
Well, I have a lot of good favorite wrestlers.
Yeah, your favorite.
Yeah, who? Yeah, your favorite.
Is my favorite.
Yeah, it's Crystal.
The one that beat the heck out of me, or
the one that your absolutely favorite wrestler that you wrestled against. You could have, beaten the heck out of them. Doesn't matter. Who's your absolute favorite?
Oh, okay. Well, that is what when I go in there, I'm going to try to make myself. I mostly work for my fan, and a lot of the good wrestlers that we run in, we're not the best. There is a lot of good workers out there, and I think, to me, I think all the boys that in that time and before us, they were all good people, good wrestlers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have just one person on it. It's like I learn from everybody. Every time I get in the ring with different person, I learn something about that person, and I learn something that I didn't know I learned. And yeah, I say everybody. It's not just one person.
All right. Awesome. Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Have a good night, sir. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for calling in, Crystal. Now, is there anything you'd like to tell, all your fans out there before I let you go?
Well, I want to say thank you to all my fans and, for supporting me and my brother and my family at the time we were all in there. And if we done anything that they didn't like, I'm sorry. And just hope everybody in my generation and their kids and their family that they, keep living good and stay a healthy life and stay happy, and the young people today, work hard in that ring and just do the best they can to keep the fan and the people that they supporting them happy.
Mm-hmm.
And I thank you guys for thinking about me and bring me in your radio. Thank you so much.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate coming on. It's been a lot of fun.
Okay, thank you, brother.
This is Bruno Sammartino, and you're listening on InYourHeadOnline.com.